just for the way you look at me. Oh, it's only for the one I see. He is very, very extraordinary. Is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. For the way you love at me. Oh, it's only for the one I see. He is very, very extraordinary. Is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two love will make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and 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 you know it sounds fun, but you just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving here into my world. It seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. See a red stone and a road. Yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Because I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Walk around with anybody put chains on me. See, I paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try and fake it. That's 'cause I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Because I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. Wanna be free to know the things I do are right. Wanna be free, just me. white Sunday morning, because I'm easy white Sunday morning, 'cause I'm easy white Sunday morning, because I'm easy white Sunday morning. Turn down the light, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me and tell me no lie. Just hold me close, don't patronize, don't patronize. I can't make you love me if you don't. I can't make your heart feel something is wrong. Here in the dark, in these final hours, I will let out my heart, and I'll feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't. But I can't make you love me if you don't. I close my eyes and then I won't see the love you could feel when you're holding me. Morning will come and I'll do what's right. So give me till then to give up this fight, and I will give up this fight. I can't make you love me if you don't. I can't make your heart feel something is wrong. Here in the me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my life with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. Summer's day is coming our way. In Paris the road, and I wanna go home. Not yet. Home. Maybe surrounded by a million people are still feel all alone. Just let me go home. I'm wishing you know. And I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you. Each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? I would send a line, I know that is just not enough. My words were going flat, and you deserve more than that. Another airplane, another sunny place. I'm lucky, I know, but I wanna go home. I gotta go. Let me go home. You're just too far from where you are. I gotta go. Someone else's life. It's like I stepped outside when everything was going right. Did I know just why you could not come along with me? This was not your dream, but you always believed in me. Another Wednesday is coming all the way. You leave Paris and Rome, and I wanna go home. lap and I run, baby, I'm done. I gotta go. Let me go. You'll be alright. I'll be home tonight. I'm coming back home. Hello, everybody. My name is Al. Hi, I'll be here for a couple more minutes before we get everything going. This is Lou Rawls. Your love is peaceful like the summer breeze. My lady love, with love as tender as a baby's touch. You give me all the things that I need so much. You're my world, lady love. Your love is cooling like the winter snow. My lady love, with love that's cozy as the fires glow. And I keep on needing you, girl, a little more and more. And I thank you, my lady love. You know, it's not easy to keep our friends true. People are people, they all have their moods. It's so nice to have someone like you, who wants so smooth and easy, in all the good times. Let it bring my way up. You've been with me through all my ups and downs. My lady love, I once was lost, but now with you I'm found. You got the love I need, and I wanna stay around. Heaven send you down, my lady love. Let me tell you that it's not easy to keep my feelings true. People are people, we all have their moods. It's so nice to have someone like you, who wants so sweet and easy, in all the good times. God, it brings my way up. You've been with me through all my ups and downs. When my crazy turnarounds, my lady love, you've got the love I need, so stay around. Heaven send you down, my lady love. Sweet lady love, so glad I found my lady love. got nothing over. The night I looked at you, I found a dream where I could speak to you. I found a girl to rest my cheek to. Will I never know? You smile, yeah, the spell was cast. Now here I am, 'cause you are mine at last. My cheek to will I never know? You smile, if the spell was cast. Now here I am, 'cause you are mine. So I asked our honoree what she wanted to hear before we started a few things, and she asked me for this one, and quite honestly, this song hurts, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yes, this is the Platters, and it's actually my favorite song. When the twilight is gone, and the songbirds are singing, when the twilight is gone, you come into my heart, and here in my heart you will stay. For I at the end of the day, in a dream that's divine. When your lips close to mine, tonight, oh, it's all as long as we live, it will always be there at the end of my prayer. Thank you for that. Thank you, Bill. Heavenly shades of night are falling, these twilight times. Our mystery voice is calling, it's twilight time. We're purple clouds catching light into day. I'll hear you, my dear, at twilight time. Dreams undone. Each day I dream of you, just with dreams untold. Each day I pray for you, just to be with you, together at last at twilight time. The same as sweet away, I'll fall in love again. As I did, deep in the dark, your kiss will fill me like deep in love. Light in the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. Each day I pray for evening just to be with you, together at last at twilight time, together at last at twilight
time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and if you could make your way to your seats, we're ready to begin the program, and if I could have some people tapping on their glasses to get everybody seated. We're here tonight for Barbara. This is going to be a tough crowd. There you go. From Bill Folke, he's asking, please, if we could begin the program. Dryberg, you have to control these people here tonight. We'd like to thank Mr. Al Holland for providing some music. Good music, always. I was a bit disappointed because I came to find out tonight that he was Barbara's favorite musician. Thank you very much. I'd like at this time to ask Mr. Bill Folke to come up to the stage and has a few introductions of some people. If you would, Bill. Thank you for your silence. Or lack of.
Thank you. Welcome. This is a Republican operation, so we have to identify all the dignitaries and elected officials before we go any further. At this moment, I'd like to recognize the state representative for District 75, Ken Robertson. I don't know if retired Judge Donald Palekia is here. I saw his ticket outside, but let's give him a hand anyway. State Attorney for the 20th Judicial Circuit, Steve Russell. I know he's here. Public Defender for the 20th Judicial Circuit, Kathy Smith. Lee County Clerk of the Circuit Court, Linda Doggett. Hardy County Clerk of Circuit Court, Victoria Rogers. Now, I know Charlotte County Commissioner for District 1 and Chairman, Ken Doherty, is not here. He's recuperating. Give him one anyway. Charlotte County Commissioner, District 2, Christopher Constance. Charlotte County Commissioner, District 3, Bill Truax. Charlotte County Commissioner, District 4, Stephen R. Deutsch. Charlotte County Supervisor of Elections, Paul Stamoulis. Charlotte County Property Appraiser, Paul Polk. Charlotte County Tax Collector Vicky Potts. Charlotte County School Board Member Lee Swift. Hey Lee, I remember your name. Charlotte County Airport Commissioner Don Lee. Charlotte County Airport Commissioner District 3 Paul Andrews. Punta Gorda City Councilwoman Kim Devine. Punta Gorda City Councilwoman District 5 Nancy Prafke. State Committee Woman Jane Sturgis. Yay! State Committee Man Lindsay Harrington. Okay, now presidents of clubs. The president of the Punta Gorda Tea Party, Mark Zaire. President of the West Charlotte County Republican Club, Ray Corcoran. President of the Peace River Federated Women's Forum, Martha Martin. President of the new Brunch Store Republican Club, Bob Reichert. And the president of a club who's made most of this, I'd at least say 50% of this event possible, the president of the Charlotte County Republican Club, Mr. Gene Bertha. Gene, you did a fantastic job. And of course, the elected official who's the star of tonight's show, Barbara T. Scott, Clerk of Courts. Yay! And now a special, did he do it? And we have a special message coming to us from our U.S. Representative Tom Rooney.
I am Congressman Tom Rooney. I'm proud to represent Charlotte County in the U.S. House of Representatives. And I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you as you honor Barbara Scott. Barbara, I just want to thank you for your 30 years of dedicated service to the people of Charlotte County. Day in, day out, year after year, you have recognized that public service is, at its core, customer service. You have transformed the clerk's office to make it more efficient and more respected. You have quickly adapted new technologies and new programs to speed filings and make your organization more transparent and more accountable. And in doing so, you have helped the taxpayers save money, something I know everyone in this room is glad to see. So Barbara, thank you for everything you've done over the last 30 years. I hope we can talk you into staying for another 30 years. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, and I'll turn it back to Mike Riley.
Having been an educator for 35 years and have known Barbara for all of that time, when we began tonight, I look around the room and I think, now if these were children and we were starting the program to recognize Barbara and they were still talking, I'd point them out and call them out. But I won't do that tonight out of respect to everyone. But this is a beautiful evening for a beautiful lady, and we're glad you're all here to celebrate it. And if we could, I'd like Barbara Anderson, if she would come up for the invocation.
I met Barbara T. Scott in the early 80s. We quickly became close friends, and I was there for the first campaign and all the rest that followed. Although I don't remember any serious opposition when Barbara was on the ballot, the 80s were a good decade for our country. Ronald Reagan once said, "America was founded by people who believed that God was their rock of safety." I recognize we must be cautious in claiming that God is on our side, but I think it's all right to keep asking if we're on His side. Please pray with me. Lord, we're gathered here today to honor our friend We pray, we pray that you will be with us in our celebration of our service to the people of our favored community, our beautiful state, and our free country. And we pray, Lord, that you would give us all of us, the wisdom we need to give good counsel to ourselves and to others, the courage to step boldly onto the path you've chosen for us, the strength to persevere, especially in the hard times, and the joy in our hearts to clearly show that we are that shining city on the hill. Amen.
Thank you, Barbara. And if we could have Jane Sturgis please come. Jane is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Please join me in pledging to the flag of this great country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jane. And at this time, I'd like to ask Deborah Miller to come and sing the national anthem for us. If you would please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'm just happy that we had Deborah singing instead of Kevin Russell and Russell Kirschy. But enjoy your dinner. We'll begin and continue with the program in dedication of Miss Barbara Scott. Bless you.
I had a conversation with Barbara Scott. You might know her. Do you know her? Okay. And I asked what would she like to hear. And she asked for this song. Now here's the thing about this song. About 1994, I stopped doing this song. And the reason why I stopped doing this song was because the last time I sung it was at my mother's funeral. So I think you're that special. Just as simple as that. So to all of you in the room, if you don't like it, who cares? It's her night. And I'm just honored to be a friend of yours. I really am. And I'm honored for all the stuff that we've done together for the autism awareness fundraisers. And for those of you who don't know, February 28th, 2015, in this very room, we'll be doing a night of autism awareness. So mark it on your calendar. So I thought about it, and I really don't even know the song, Barbara. Yeah, I really don't. So since I'm getting older, gotta put my glasses on. And let's hear it for smartphones, or at least the people that are supposed to be smart enough to work them. And let me do this. I was going to call this a message, but this is a message about you. It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, and you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And my wife's too. And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh no, I'm not done yet. That's why I hate smartphones. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all right here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth, of course I know it. We would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And my wife. And everything I would like to be. And I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Now I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Congratulations.
Good job, buddy. We were going to have Gene Murtha sing that to her, but the committee took a vote, and we even called Barbara on that. But at this time, I'd like to introduce to you everybody's second favorite Moody, and that would be Mr. Mike Moody. Where might you be? Oh, here he comes. Of course, number one would be Sherry, correct?
Thank you, Mark. It's an old joke. We are all here tonight to honor Barbara T. Scott. You know that. I have the honor of introducing tonight's cast of players in the mock trial of Barbara T. Scott. We have first the judge, the Honorable, always locks him up. Honorable. Please welcome the judge. Next, the prosecutor, Mr. Never Lets Him Go, Pitbull. And of course, the defense attorney, Mrs. Guilty as Sin. And the accused, Barbara T. Scott. And of course, you, the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of Charlotte County, tonight we throw the book at Barbara T. Scott.
Barbara T. Scott, you are being charged with 12 counts in Charlotte County. How do you plead?
I need to hear the charges against me, Judge. I may be guilty of some, but I'm sure I'm innocent of most.
Your Honor, count number 1, bribery and harassment. Barbara T. bribes and coerces friends to join her at social events throughout Charlotte County. Tonight is a perfect example of Barbara T.'s divisive ways. Barbara has filled 35 tables. Oh, the shame of it.
Of course, Your Honor, Barbara sold 35 tables. How else do you think, though, that she could fill this room unless she coerced people on a weeknight of all less? I mean, if this event had been on a weekend, we'd be having this prestigious event at the Miami Dolphins Stadium. For weeks, Barbara has been going around Charlotte County, knocking on doors, harassing and bribing, smiling sweetly, and making tiny requests to join her for tonight's festivities. This charge is irrelevant.
Count number 2, being the ultimate professional at her job. Barbara T. is just too professional.
Barbara T. is dedicated, professional, inspirational, community-minded, a strong leader, and she's also fair-minded and brings all parties together. In fact, Your Honor, Barbara T. suffers from dual rotator cuff problems, from reaching out to all citizens of Charlotte County, regardless of political affiliation, and encouraging everyone to come together for the betterment of Charlotte County. This charge is irrelevant.
Count number 3, Your Honor, breaking a record for holding the longest elected office in Charlotte County as the clerk of the circuit court and about to enter her 30th year in office.
Well, this is a tough one. It's true that Barbara T. holds the record as the longest elected official in Charlotte County. But just look at her accomplishments. She's so good at her job. I may have to let this count stand.
Count number 4, attempted murder. Barbara T. Scott murdered her opponent by winning the last election. Receiving more votes than the poll workers could even count.
Oh, what can I say? I mean, Barbara T. has done such a fantastic job in her 30 years in office as clerk of the circuit court. This count is hard to object to, so she murdered her opponent. I'll give you that one. Oh, and by the way, Barbara T. also kills with kindness.
Count number 5, Your Honor. Assault with a secret weapon. A crystal ball. Yes, Barbara T. knows things. Barbara T. finds things out before everybody else knows or hears about them. Barbara T. uses that crystal ball to her advantage.
Well, Barbara T. is a visionary. She clearly sees problems and solves them. Barbara T. knows how to delegate to her staff and to solve problems, sometimes even before they happen. She uses that crystal ball well, doesn't she, Your Honor? Irrelevant.
Count number 6. Trespassing on county property. Barbara T. Scott trespasses on other officials' offices in the Justice Center and Administration Building, always looking for extra office space for herself and her staff.
Well, of course that Barbara T. is looking for more office space. I mean, haven't you heard? The Justice Center is bursting at the seams. And Barbara T. must be cunning and sneaky and look under every nook and cranny until she finds more office space. Oh, goodness sakes. Until Charlotte County approves the expansion of the Justice Center, she has to keep looking. Oh, this trial is exhausting me, Your Honor, having to defend Barbara T. Scott. May I request a sidebar?
Certainly. May I have both attorneys approach the bench for a sidebar? What would you like?
I'd like a white wine, please.
Make mine a scotch on the rocks.
Make mine a screwdriver.
This is so exhausting, you
Yes,
know?
it is.
It's just ridiculous.
Well,
This is so tiring. I mean, I was expected home an hour ago.
all right, well.
Can we move this on a little
Well,
bit?
it depends on, we haven't gotten our stuff on the sidebar yet. And, you know, we can't move this along.
Did you
until
hear about the Justice Center, though? I mean, there's really no room.
Well,
Judge.
what can I say? I can't speak now, you know.
Well,
What-
yes,
Yes,
and a white wine, please.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really thirsty.
Yes, I'm sure she's getting it too.
Oh, scotch on the rocks.
And, oh, yes, my screwdriver. Thank you. Thank you.
Your Honor, count number 7. Running a red light. There is no excuse for this charge.
But Judge, I mean, Barbara T. heard that there was a sale on at Dillard's, and she just couldn't miss it.
Okay. Count number 8. Failing to finish her lunch or dinner at a public event because Barbara is too busy socializing.
Judge, it's a miracle that Barbara T. hasn't wasted away from lack of nourishment. I mean, this is, you know, there hasn't been a social event where Barbara has been able to take a bite of her food, let alone eat an entire meal, due to her constant socializing, never-ending greeting people. The prosecution made their point. Sorry.
Count number 9. Defacing a public building with graffiti. Yes, she has painted Barbara T. Scott in 24-karat gold on all 16 glass doors at the Charlotte County Justice Center and the Charlotte County Administration Building.
Well, if you had her job, Your Honor, wouldn't you do the same thing? Irrelevant.
Okay, count number 10. Stealing county records. Barbara T. Scott stole Charlotte County records from DeSoto County. What do you have to say about that?
Your Honor, what were Charlotte County Courthouse records doing in DeSoto County in the first place? Well, thank goodness Barbara T. devised a plan to bring those courthouse records back home to Charlotte County where they belonged. This charge is irrelevant.
Count number 11. Barbara T. Scott is a public menace to society. 39 years ago, Barbara T. was observed by many of her constituents feeding the cows along Route 41. And Barbara refused to feed the alligators in the canals.
They don't eat corn.
There is no statute of limitation on this charge.
Well, of course, Barbara T. fed the cows. I mean, have you seen that bag that she carries around all over Charlotte County? She could feed everybody in this room with what she fits in that bag. Oh, thank you. I'm good, thank you. As for the alligators, Barbara T. will make a generous donation after this evening's event to the Alligator Defense Fund. Irrelevant.
And lastly, Your Honor, charge number 12. Entering the state of Florida in 1968 without a visa.
Well, Your Honor, Barbara T. did have a visa when she got to Port Charlotte. She immediately applied for an American Express card. And to this day, she has not left home without it. The defense rests, Your Honor.
Well, at this time, I want to ask the jury to render your verdict. How do you find Barbara T. Scott? Guilty or not guilty? Well, I want to thank the prosecutor, Mr. Never Let's Go Pitbull, and defense attorney, Mrs. Guilty as Sin, and even you, Barbara, for your cooperation in this mock trial. I, the Honorable Judge, always lock 'em up, proclaims the following. Barbara T. Scott, you have been found guilty on all charges. I hereby order Barbara T. Scott to serve another 30 years as the clerk of the Circuit Court for Charlotte County. Whether dead or alive, Barbara T., you are so sentenced. Furthermore, you are to eat potato chips on your ice cream for the next 30 years. That shouldn't be difficult for you since that's the way you eat them anyway. The courtroom has unanimously found you guilty as charged to be dedicated, understanding, upstanding individual. This DUI sentence, dedicated, upstanding individual, will follow you wherever you go. Barbara, even if you would so boldly try to leave Charlotte County and visit another county in Florida, you will always be admired, respected, and re-elected in our hearts at the ballot box. So ordered, the jury is dismissed, case is closed.
Now, if our players will please take a bow, we have the judge. The Honorable always locks them up, Steve Pignataro. The prosecutor, Mr. Never Let's Go Pitbull, Gene Callan. Defense attorney, Mrs. Guilty as Sin, Cheryl Callan. And the accused, Barbara T. Scott, played by Liz Andreessen. We'd also like to thank the Charlotte Players and its executive director, Sherry Moody, for volunteering and participating in this evening's festivities. And a big thank you to Deborah and Dick Miller, the creators and writers of the mock trial of Barbara T. Scott. Thank you.
We, the jury, find the not ready for prime time players guilty of impersonating actors tonight in place of Barbara T. Scott. Sure are bright lights tonight. We have some tributes and awards tonight, and we'd like to ask Barbara, if she would, to please come up on stage. Hold you back just a tad, and we're going to put you right so everyone can see you.
I'm sitting there. I don't know what you're going to do.
First, from the Florida House of Representatives, I'd like to invite Representative Mr. Ken Roberson to the stage, please.
Thank you, Mike. It's great to be here this evening to honor you, Barbara. There should have been one more charge with that trial: harassing your state legislators. I see Mike Grant and Lindsey Harrington are here, and I don't see Paige tonight, but I'm sure he would attest that Barbara has never been bashful about calling us and letting us know what she thinks about legislation that affects the clerk's office. Because every year there's usually something up there that affects the clerk of the courts throughout the state of Florida. But I can tell you that Barbara has worked tirelessly to make the court system, the clerks around the state, more efficient, more up to date in technology, and she's been a leader in that field. So it's an honor tonight to present you this tribute, which I'm going to read in just a moment, from the Florida Legislature and from the Florida House of Representatives. Whereas from 1973 to 1975, Barbara T. Scott served as the Court Administrator's Office for the 20th Judicial Circuit, which serves Charlotte, Lee, Charlotte, Glades, and Henry County. And whereas Barbara T. Scott has served in the office of Charlotte County Clerk of the Circuit Court since 1981, being elected as Clerk of the Circuit Court in 1984, and also serving during that time as County Treasurer, County Auditor, Recorder, and Clerk Accountant to the Board of County Commissioners. And whereas during her tenure, Barbara T. Scott has implemented a jury witness management program, established a model child support enforcement program, established a model domestic violence program, created a nationally recognized court automation system network, and implemented an official records document entering system and an investment program that has substantially increased interest income for Charlotte County. And whereas Barbara T. Scott's vision has led to an impressive record of accomplishment in Charlotte County, the state, and the nation, including service as chairperson for the state's Child Support Enforcement Program, coordinating the efforts of all Florida counties. And whereas Barbara T. Scott has served as president of the Florida Association of Court Clerks and Comptrollers and has been a two-time recipient of the association's Clerk of the Year Award. And whereas Barbara T. Scott has also chaired or otherwise been involved with many charitable organizations, including the United Way of Charlotte County, CARE, the Salvation Army, the Alzheimer's Association, March of Dimes for the Love of Kids, and the Charlotte County Homeless Coalition. Now, therefore, be it respectfully proclaimed that Barbara T. Scott, Charlotte County Clerk of the Circuit Court, is hereby honored for her outstanding and dedicated service to Charlotte County and the state of Florida. Congratulations, Barbara. He'll tell you.
Are you supposed to say something? Is there a time when you aren't supposed to say something? You were told not to? Okay. Are you going to do as you're told? Okay. One thing I'd like to say, behind every successful woman is a dangerously handsome international man of intrigue. Fred, would you stand up, please? Pardon? I have no powers to do that. He's been sentenced with you. That's punishment enough, right? Okay. All right, now we're going to bring up a cheerful character representing Charlotte County Commission, Mr. Stephen R. Deutsch, if you would, please. There you go, Scott.
Shortly after my election 4 years ago, well, it really wasn't, it was about 6 months later, I received a compassionate, heartfelt, warming letter from the county clerk saying, "Congratulations, you did great. We really should get to know each other. I'd like to take you out to lunch." And I responded with a phone call to her office, and she said, because I don't pass up lunch. And Barbara said that, well, I'll get back to you. About 3 months later, she called and said, "You know, it's time we had lunch together." And I said, great, and we made a date. And the date was set 2 or 3 weeks ahead. And the morning before, she called the office and said, "You know, I really can't make it. We'll have to pick another day." And then about 3 or 4 months later, I got another phone call. And we set a date. And Barbara said, "Okay, we're going to go this time. We're going to make it because I really owe you lunch. And, you know, we really got to get to know each other." And I said, "Oh, that's great." The morning we were supposed to have a lunch, we got a phone call in the office. Barbara said, "I really can't make it. Something's come up. I can't do that." About 4 or 5 months later, Barbara calls again, and she said, "It's time we have lunch together. You know, it's been a while." And I said, "Yeah, I haven't eaten in 2.5 years. So at that point, we make a date for lunch. This time she calls up 3 days ahead and says, "I can't be there. My husband's taking me away." So anyway, when I got hold of Jean Murtha, I said, "This woman's never going to take me out to lunch. We've got to have a dinner for her." Let me share with you that Barbara Scott, as our county clerk, is appreciated, loved, and feared, but definitely respected. And the thing that I've come to find out as I've had an opportunity to be with and meet some of my colleagues across the county is we have no idea how much this woman is respected throughout the state of Florida by her peers and other people that do what you do. So we thank you for that. Ken Doherty is recovering from some surgery, and Ken asked me to, he knows how much I love you, he wanted me to do this. He figured maybe you'll finally get your lunch, Deutsch. So anyway, we have a certificate of appreciation awarded to Barbara T. Scott for 30 years of outstanding service to the citizens of Charlotte County, Florida, as clerk of the Circuit Court and ex officio clerk to the Board of County Commissioners. And we'd like to present this to you, Barbara. Congratulations. And she's also from New York, so that's okay. The Bronx.
I'm still trying to figure out what an IDer is. Yeah, an IDer? Is there anything in it? All right, okay. Just checking on that. And now, the chairman of the Charlotte County Republican Executive Committee, Mr. Bill Folke, if you would please come to the stage.
Thank you all. I have two missions. I began with only one mission, but I received another letter, and I have to read this letter to you, so I have two things to say before I close. By the way, I haven't noticed that Stephen R. Deutsch has lost any weight since he's been in this office, so somebody must be feeding him more regularly than Barbara does. I have a letter from the Florida Clerk of Courts and Comptrollers Organization, and it's dated June 4th. The letter was just hand-delivered, just as we were sitting down for dinner. It says, to whom it may concern, I would like to take this opportunity to share my appreciation for the outstanding work that the Honorable Barbara T. Scott has performed for the citizens of Charlotte County and the people across the great state of Florida. I have the privilege of working with Ms. Scott since 1992, when she was appointed chair of the Child Support Committee of the Florida Clerk of Courts Comptrollers. I have seen over 22 years since then that Ms. Scott is a person of tremendous integrity, vision, and commitment to the public and that she serves. In 1992, Ms. Scott was the leader in establishing a statewide child support system that links clerks of courts with the state of Florida to ensure that child support payments are handled quickly and efficiently. In 1998, she oversaw the establishment of the Florida State Disbursement Unit, a facility in Tallahassee that today processes over $2 billion in child support payments for Florida families each month. In 2003, Ms. Scott was elected by her peers to become the president of the Florida Clerk of Courts and Comptrollers. She has also received recognition for her efforts with Clerk of Courts of the Year Award. Ms. Scott has served a number of leadership roles, including her current assignment as chair of the Clerk of Courts Courtroom Operations Committee. Last November, Ms. Scott received special recognition from the Clerk of Courts in her many years of service to the people of Florida, improving child support services. These examples are merely reflective of an amazing individual and a great public servant. Thank you for the opportunity to recognize the Honorable Barbara T. Scott. And this is signed by Ken A. Kent, the Executive Director. And I have this letter. One more. And I have a prop. The Charlotte County Republican Party hereby announces the inception of the Charlotte County Republican Hall of Fame and the formation of the Republican Achievement Committee Award, and the formation of the Republican Achievement Committee, composed of 12 members selected from 6 active Republican organizations in Charlotte County: the Charlotte County Republican Club, the West Charlotte County Republican Club, the Port Charlotte Republican Club, the Burnt Store Republican Club, the Peace River Federated Republican Women's Forum, and the Charlotte County Republican Executive Committee. The purpose of this committee is to select the annual inductee and recipient of the Republican Achievement Award, and to post the name of the inductee on the Hall of Fame plaque, which will be permanently displayed in a prominent location in the headquarters of the Charlotte County Republican Party. We hereby proclaim Barbara T. Scott to be the first inductee and recipient of the Republican Achievement Award in recognition of her outstanding contributions to Charlotte County and her support of the Republican organizations throughout Charlotte County. Barbara T. Scott, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this award. Here it is. This is the plaque that will be displayed in our headquarters in Port Charlotte. And there's more. We also received this morning from Congressman Tom Rooney, who you just heard from, the flag of the United States of America that flew on the Capitol. And there's a certificate of the date at which it was flown. And we hereby deliver this gift from Tom Rooney. Thank you. Okay, we're done?
Barbara, you are all that and a bag of potato chips, aren't you, buddy? I'm telling you, I'm so proud. You're awesome. You are awesome. You know that? Seriously. You're a beautiful lady. I had to wear my red shoes because Barbara likes red. It was all about that. At this time, I'd like to introduce Barbara to you. I'd like Dick and Deborah Miller to come forward, and they're going to do an introduction of their good friend and our good friend, Barbara T. Scott.
Barbara T. Scott was elected clerk of the Circuit Court in 1984, 30 years ago. Barbara T. is currently serving her 8th consecutive term in office.
Barbara T. Scott is a certified clerk of the Circuit Court with the Florida State Supreme Court and a certified clerk of the Circuit Court with the International Association of Clerks, Recorders, Election Officials, and Treasurers. Barbara T. is also a certified court executive and fellow of the Institute for Court Management.
Barbara T. is responsible for investing Charlotte County's money and oversees a multi-tiered investment program. Earnings on investments managed by Barbara T. since taking office have exceeded $211 million of interest earned for Charlotte County.
One of Barbara T.'s most cherished accomplishments was her role of chairperson for the nationally mandated Child Support Enforcement Program that created a monitoring and payment disbursement system that provides electronic fund transfers and direct deposits to ensure that thousands of children receive financial support they deserve.
In 2011, the State Disbursement Unit distributed over $2.13 billion to Florida children in need, and locally, payments collected for Charlotte County totaled over $13 million.
Since the program's inception, payments collected have provided over $163 million to Charlotte County children.
Barbara T. Scott is a recognized leader in the introduction and use of technologies within the clerk's office and the courts, with programs designed to streamline cost, increase access, and reduce paper.
Barbara T. Scott's lifetime goal of implementing a fully integrated paperless courtroom for all end users has recently come to fruition and is currently being introduced in the circuit court applications.
Barbara T. is community service oriented. She has chaired or been involved in numerous charitable organizations in Charlotte County and also supports our troops, having received the National Certificate of Appreciation Award and the National Committee for Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve from the United States Department of Defense.
A Brooklyn, New York native. Barbara T. is married to Major Fred Scott, retired from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Barbara and Fred have 2 grown children, Edward J. and Donna, 5 granddaughters, Sabrina, Adriana, Nicole, Jennifer, and Kirsten, and 3 great-grandchildren, Savannah, Coda, and Serena.
Dignitaries, elected officials, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my enormous pleasure to introduce Charlotte County's leading lady, our very special honoree tonight, Barbara T. Scott.
You don't have to worry about how close you are. Just talk. You'll go read.
Teresa. Where's Teresa? Wow. Wow. One thing Teresa said to me all the last couple of weeks is, I just want to wow. I want you to walk in and say wow, and you've got it. Tripled. I am in awe. I am just so pleased. I do like that lady's red jacket. And that little crystal ball she had. We definitely can use that. I do want to go on record that the judge or the attorney, prosecutor here, who said that I was looking for all this space, the clerk's office does not need space. We are fine. We have plenty of space. And that's it. There were other things that just blew me away, and the award, I never knew this. And of course, because you didn't tell me. But it just really, it's amazing. And then we have so many Republican ladies and women in Charlotte County that are deserving of this. And I truly appreciate you picking me as the first one to receive it. It means a tremendous amount to me. Also having my friend, Mr. Riley, up here is a pleasure. Because we were together in leadership Charlotte County. He's my 3rd vice. I was the chair. In fact, I had 3 vice chair people, all men. I picked the men. However, that didn't make any difference. They didn't do anything anyhow. But I tried, and he had cute shoes, so it was all right. I let him get away with it. But I enjoyed working with him tremendously. Ms. Robeson, I enjoy working with you. I've seen your experience has grown and your cooperation has grown. Good for you. So I've truly appreciated that. Ms. Fulci, the Murtaughs, just thank you so much. Did we ever announce the committee members? Did you do that? Weren't we supposed to do that at the beginning?
I'll take care of it.
Are you going to do it later? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to say this anyway. Since they're going to be announced later, and they all worked extremely hard, and my staff worked with them also and did a super job. But I do have to give a special thank you to Jean and to Teresa. They have worked every single day. They called me every single day. Jean was texting me at 11, 12 o'clock at night. Fred kept saying, what are you doing getting out of bed? I said, I have to answer Jean. But they have worked tremendous, and look at this. So I spent my heart to you, my special thank you. You've been wonderful. Good job. Other than Jason from Goldman's firm, who wants me to give a long speech, that will not happen tonight. In fact, I think you're quite tired of Barbara T. Scott, which I have been very adamant about having people use the T. So they did it tonight, so thank you for doing that. But I am so honored, truly honored, and pleased to see so many friends and have my family here tonight. Taking time out of the busy schedules that you have to be on a Wednesday night to attend this event. I am so fortunate to have made so many friends through professionally and through all the community involvement that I've had. It's just been a wonderful experience. I would like to mention my family. I would like to introduce my family because a lot of you don't know I even have a family. And it's interesting. I'm sure that Peggy's laughing about that too because Fred used to work nights when he first went to the sheriff's department. I know I'm going off script, Fred, but you said that. But he worked nights. Remember that, Mike? I did. Oh, you should have. And Mike Savage was one of his partners, which was very good in a way because I had the time to go out and get involved in things and to do things I wanted to in the community. It's also good for marriage. He's going to kill me for this, but it's also good for marriage. When you first get married, if your husband works at night and you work at the day, and you don't see each other for a while. We will be married 41 years in August. So there's something obviously that's worked well, especially when we don't see each other, we miss each other. So that has been very good for us. But when he's around too, I do love him. So that helps. But getting away from that, I'm going off track here. He's shaking his head yes. I'd like to introduce everybody, if you don't mind. First of all, I'm going to introduce my mother-in-law. Very special lady. A mother-in-law you all want to have. Ann Scott. You know. Sitting next to her is her son Fred Scott and my husband Fred Scott. Whose real name is John Frederick Scott. Just in case you wanted to know that. And my favorite son, and my oldest son, and my only son, Edward Joseph. Sitting next to him is my brother, who is 6 years younger than I am, Big Don. Jerry Consuelo. Sitting next to him is my brother-in-law, Andy Eliza. My sister, my baby sister, Lorraine, who is 12 years younger than I am. And my very special daughter, my only daughter too, Donna. I have been very fortunate my whole time in office of having very good team members in my office. Tremendous people, professional, caring, who work very hard. And since the last 10 years, if not more, we've had a lot to do and less to do it with. But they've taken up the challenge and they always serve everybody very well. I would really like, if they don't mind, and I'm not going to call your names, please don't make me do that. If you would all stand up with my current staff in the Charlotte County Clerk's Office, please stand up. I also feel very honored to have people who retired and worked with us and have come back and are here tonight. So if you would please stand too, I'd like to recognize you. And Peggy, I'm going to consider Peggy Ball, and I consider you part of my staff if you don't mind. And Kevin Russell, remember you said when Barbara's right, she doesn't give up, so stand up. Now, the timing of this event cannot be any better. After all, I'm here to enjoy it. I have to add a little to that, so you understand why I'm saying that. My husband went for his annual checkup.
he's good. He goes for annual checkups. He's very good. And his doctor came in to see him. And he said, Fred, very solemn face. He said, Barbara Scott's your wife, right? He said, yes. He said, we saw an article in the paper and we want to express our condolences. Now, I know some of you are laughing, saying, I would too, don't know who she is. But he said, why? He said, because, she passed away. And he said, no, she's fine. She's perfectly healthy. What he read on the front of the article, they didn't read the whole thing, they just saw the front. They thought there was a tribute, a memorial to me. So, I would suggest the next time you do this or something, maybe word a little different. But just so you all know, I'm, thank God, I'm in good health. I still love my job, because that's the other thing they kept saying, what kind of third time party? I don't have any plans in the immediate future to leave this office. My term ends in July. Tonight, after saying all this and what you've heard so much, I think to the enjoyment of many, if not Jason, of you, I will not discuss the clerk's office responsibilities, although there's 1,000 of them, duties and accomplishments. I'll leave that go. I'm not going to explain what we do for a living, because in all honesty, most of us don't know. But sometimes you get surprises every day that we're doing something different we didn't do yesterday. All I know is my office and I do the best we can, we do the job, and we do it well. Early in my professional career, I discovered the need for community involvement. One of the first organizations I became involved in was the Chamber of Commerce. I worked with them on the Senior Olympics, the Intergenerational Youth Committee, and the Parade Committee. The involvement with the Chamber opened doors to other agencies. Some of these agencies, which were mentioned tonight, were the United Way, Salvation Army, Red Cross, Homeless Coalition, Habitat for Humanity, and one very near to my heart, the Alzheimer's Association and the Charlotte County Animal Welfare League. Through the years of rewarding work with these agencies, I discovered what my parents taught me was indeed true. And sometimes they tell you things, it takes you a long time to understand them, but they were true. In order to receive in life, you must give. I can truly say the efforts of the last years, the 39 years of my life's work in our community, has been very meaningful to me. Long trips to Tallahassee, the many days and nights calling and meeting people for their support, cutting through the bureaucracy to accomplish the many goals have been challenging, but most of the time it's been worth it. I can only say that when you strive to do your best, to put the needs of others first, to live your life with high morals, then you are bound to succeed. We must not only be accountable to us others, but first we need to be accountable to ourselves. There are days when I feel, and I'm sure you do too, all alone, frustrated, and wishing for additional hours of the day to complete the schedule. I, like you, are involved in the community, which means our day at times seems to never end at 5 o'clock. At the end of the day, if you make one accomplishment with one person, it's something of knowledge to aid your staff or a friend, you have succeeded. I wish all of you much success today, and in the future, more importantly, I wish you the love of your family, of your friends, and of those people who have benefited from your generous efforts. Tonight, you have given me a night of wonderful memories, more than I ever expected. I mean, wow. a night that will never be forgotten. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, and may God bless you all.
It's been a great night, hasn't it? Hey, before we start the names, and we're going to recognize some people here, I'm going to need some help with the basket. So Dave Ivanovich and Stephen R. and Dick Miller and Charlie Council, come on over this side right here. We're going to need some little help. Thank you. All right, let's go. Which one do you want to do first?
You're on.
I'm on.
You're on.
Okay, thank goodness Mike lifted up here so I can have some. First, I want to thank, and those of you who heard him when you first came in, and the tribute he did to Barbara was Al Holland. I was right over. Thank you, Al, so much for what you did tonight. Amazing. Good friend of Barbara who tried to keep the awards, but he had to give them back. Mr. Mike Riley, right over there. I want to thank the Charlotte players for the outstanding job that they did. Port Charlotte Floors for the centerpieces and flowers for Barbara's table over here. Also a company called Better Grow. I'm familiar, I understand they're out of Arcadia, I think, I'm not really sure, for the table plants that you have there on your tables. Janet Carter for the cover design on the program. For the baskets, Charlotte Players, Charlotte Well Drilling, Calusa State Bank, Encore Bank, Punta Gorda Port Charlotte Northport Association of Realtors, Suncoast Title, Regions Bank, Punta Gorda Restaurants, including whatever that is, and Farlow's on the Water, and also Suncoast One Title Company. And then we want to thank the groups that bought full tables. We really appreciate that. The Curmudgeons, Punta Gorda Port Charlotte Northport Association of Realtors, Punta Gorda Kiwanis, Zonta Club of Punta Gorda Port Charlotte, the Farr Law Firm, staff of the Clerk of the Courts, the Sheriff, and we want to thank everybody that's come out tonight. You're up.
And the plants, the centerpieces, Jennifer wanted me to mention that on one of the backs of the chairs at your table is the winner of the plant. So you don't all have to stand up and down and flip your chair over. But I would like to just actually take a minute to thank all the people.
Lost all that
All right, I withdraw that. Okay. All right, here we go. First of all, I like to talk about this affair as to how it got started. Okay, several months ago, we were having a board meeting for the Charlotte County Republican Club, and the idea of honoring one of our own did come up, and I have to say, the first man to speak up and mention Barbara Scott's name, it took about 2 seconds, was Frank Weichel. Okay, so Frank is the genesis of this whole event tonight, and from there, everyone went kind of like berserk. Yes, let's get going. Okay, so my first thank you is to the event chair, Mr. Bill Dryberg. Okay. And the second is to my wife, Teresa Murtha, who put the program together and did so many things. I think she's like a machine when it comes to these events, and the hardest work I've ever met in my life. Deborah McMullen. Deborah does everything for us, and she's our secretary for the Charlotte County Republican Club. Deborah and Dick Miller, that skit was fantastic. Did a great job. Yeah. And also, I just want to go back to Bill Dryberg's wife, Kathy. Thank you for helping us too. And Bill Folke, chairman of the REC in Lorraine. They're always there to help. Okay. James Sturgis, state committee woman. Jennifer Loach,
you ever want to have a table decorated that's really cool, call Jennifer. She probably doesn't want me to tell you that, but boy, she's sensational. And Bill Anatomello. Bill is always there to help with almost anything, particularly the AV. And Frank Weichel, once again. And I owe Frank an apology. I was supposed to be the proofreader for the program, and Frank's name is misspelled in that. And my wife is going to say a few things to me probably after this event that I'll never be able to take that job again. But and Kathy Hollinger-Straden, she was fantastic in getting us all the press on it. Mike Riley, what can I say about Mike? He's fantastic. Don't go there. Right? Jerry O'Halloran, Ray Corcoran, and Eileen from West County. West County's always there. They're a great club. John Hitzel, our treasurer, Charlie Council and Cynthia, Linda Swartz, and Maria, now Walker.
Sure.
And Tommy White for handling all the Murdoch sales, and Marianne Hughes, and who else?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you very much. It's fantastic. Oh, Claire Fairland? Yeah. There's Claire. Where is she? Over there, Claire. She's on list, but Claire always runs almost a check-in desk. It's almost like a machine. She's really great. So, everyone, we thank you all. And it's not over. No, it's not over. But I thank you all. It's been great. There she comes.
Yes. No matter how wonderful I'm supposed to be, I forgot something. My sister-in-law, Kathy Dean, is here. And Robin Dean, my brother-in-law. They are really sad. They're really good people. They are really so nice. They put up with me being married for all these years. And they even invite us over once in a while. So I apologize. And if I forgot to say thank you to some people, I should have, and I probably have. I'm telling you right now, whatever you did for this event, whether you're part of my staff or not part of my staff, I truly can't tell you how much this it makes me feel so great. It really does. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know, we're really not going to have lunch. You do know that. Although you were nice tonight, you know, I've seen the nice side of you, but I don't want to see too much of the nice side. Okay, again, thank you.
You know, there's one other group that we need, both Gene and I both need to thank, and I want to make sure that they get recognition, and that's the staff here of the Cultural Center. They bent over backwards for us to put this event on and make sure it was perfect, and we're really happy with what they've done, and we're very pleased with the whole organization of the Cultural Center.
One more. Okay, here we go.
Are they out here? Yeah, good to go? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for coming here tonight to honor the Iron Lady, Miss Barbara T. Scott. Thank you so very much. Yes, and we do have a song. Gene would like everyone to join in a version of God Bless America. And Al, we need you up here to start this for us. We need you up here to start this song.
We're going to close it out tonight by singing God Bless America in a Republican tradition. So if you could all stand, we'll all sing together. Al, there we go.
You got to turn around.
There we go. Al's going to lead us.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean, wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you very much. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here tonight. And enjoy the evening.
Thank you all.